How do I even want to start this? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crusader Kings II. And you might notice things are a little bit different. And about 40 years in the future from the last episode that we've done. So, this morning, from my time this morning, which is, now. I'm not going to try to date this video too hard because it's probably going to be November, December when it comes out. It's neither of those months right now. I just finished playing up... whatever. You know what? Look, I just finished playing Amnesia. That should give you a time frame for when this video was recorded. Okay? So, playing through Amnesia, I changed my OBS settings to record Amnesia as you do. And I might have forgotten... Hold on, let me... You can't see that my friends list is giving me notifications, but I can fix that real quick. There we go. So, I forgot to change my video settings back. So when I was recording the last 7 episodes, basically the entire life of Queen Nun, all I got was a black screen audio and game audio and no video. And because I play on Iron Man, I can't just go back and redo those videos. I'm kind of out of luck. The good news is it's Iron Man, so it's not like I can cheat to fix problems. In fact, we're not in any better of a position than we were at the end of the last video. We just have a different ruler, and things we'll get into later. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to summarize what happened. So where we last left off, our ruler that ruled the kingdom of Brittany, just passed away. Her rulership went to the king of Lotharingia. That would be... Hold on. Wait. King Gottfried here. We became a vassal under them due to Iron Man shenanigans, which left us create a new Iron Man save and pick a new character. And we decided to pick Petty Queen Nun of Normandy. So we were under the rule of King Gottfried here, and he had a whole bunch of kingdom titles, and that's where we ended. So the first thing that I did right after that is I consolidated my territory. I don't want to zoom in too closely. Okay, it's not going to matter. I took all of my provinces, got my domain up, and I held on to all of this territory. I even expanded a little bit down in through here. That happened over the course of her lifetime, Queen Nun's lifetime. But regardless, that is what we did. After that, I got the opportunity to press a claim on the Kingdom of Brittany. But it was not my claim. It was the claim of Was it King Lehan? Yes, King Lehan here. Of Brittany. He is the son of Prince Henkumbel. I can't pronounce any of these names anymore. Who was at one point the Count of Anjou and Orlu, but mostly Anjou. And of course he was the son of King Lehan the First. Wait. Maybe this was the one that we put in No, wait. 1077. Okay, it was King Lahan the First that we put into power, and he was the son of... sorry. This is, I'm trying to backtrack over 40 years of history at the moment. He was the son of Princess Adelaida, who was the child of King Matthias, and who married the Count, the Prince of Sweden? Yes. Prince Eric V of Sweden. And it was a great war. It was entirely one-sided. We absolutely crushed Lotharingia. We called in Galicia. We called in France. France was our ally for a while. We called in the Danelaw before we lost that alliance. We called in basically every single member of House Rennes. And we just absolutely floored the King of Lotharingia. It was great. I really wish I caught it on video. So, we now have the Rennes back in charge in Brittany. They are the Rennes Gwynedd cadet branch. Obviously, we have King Lahan II here. I believe at some point we will take that land back. Okay. Around this point, there is a crusade called for... There was 3 crusades in the last 40 years. One of them was to take back Galicia. There for a while, it wasn't you, it was you? King Lucano here lost a bunch of this land, and there was a crusade to take it back. There is a second crusade for Syria, and that one was won by this guy, King Bangras of Hungary. And we stayed out of that war. We stayed out of that war because I believe we were fighting France over one of these provinces. We had taken that province from someone? It might have even have been a second war against Lotharingia for that province. And France also declared on that province, and there was a big fight over it, and it was great, and I really wish I would have gotten it on camera. I'm mad. I'm very upset about the fact that none of those videos recorded. I spent like 4 hours recording videos this morning, and it was all for nothing. Part of me wanted to just give up and start a new game, since we just started a new, quote-unquote, new Iron Man game, but I'm too invested in De Rennes right now. Okay, so Second Crusade in those 40 years was against Syria. I skipped out on that one. I didn't really want to, but I didn't have much of a choice. So this would have been... I would have been around... How did I do this? Okay. Alright, I got it. So, the County of Sable here was a vassal to King Gottfried. And somehow King Gottfried got his independence when he inherited Novgorod in some nonsense that I didn't really follow. And when he got his independence, I declared on Sable, or Sable, however you want to pronounce it. France declared war on Sable. I took the land. I got into a war with France over it. And that's when we fought France. So after that, I started contemplating independence, because at this point, the Kingdom of Novgorod / Lotharingia was not very powerful. And it was around that time when I got a hook on him. A blackmail hook because he's... I believe it was you? I want to say it was this Gottfried. Maybe it was the first Gottfried. Or the first Gottfried we dealt with, King Gottfried II. When did you die? 1167. No. King Bernard wasn't around for very long. Yeah, it must have been this King Gottfried. We got a hook on him, a blackmail hook for he's a bastard. He's a secret bastard. Whatever. And we managed to get our vassal privileges. Let me see if I can see that real quick just to bring it up. We managed to get this changed. We got it changed so that we had fortification rights, which really reduced the cost of our castle building. So we had a whole bunch of money stored up from that point of time, and we just went crazy building up these provinces, at least from where they were. And we built up pretty much all of the provinces we could. We had like 2,000 or 3,000 gold at this point, because I was just hoarding the gold, and I didn't have an enormous retinue at that time. So near the end of these 40 years, there's another crusade, and that one was for Aragon. Now, as you can see here, Aragon is still Muslim, but do you know who's not? This is an ugly mess. The Kingdom of Andalusia. We managed to put King Gersinkor on the throne, and he is the child of King Hieronal, or Prince Hieronal, who is the Count of Leon, or was the Count of Leon at one point in time. So we now have several family members waging war in Spain, and it was awesome, and I really wish it got on camera. So another thing that we did was we took a quick look at the family tree. Don't worry about this at the moment. It's a secret. Shh, we'll get there. And here we are. And it's really cool, because in here we can see all of the cadet dynasties. So we have the Rennes Gwynedd here with King Lehan. And we have the Rennes Brig here, which is the oldest cadet branch. And they actually it looks like they're about to go, not quite extinct. What's going on here? Oh, he's the house head. Okay, yeah, they're doing okay. But they also have another cadet branch, so it's sort of a sub-cadet branch somehow of House Rennes Monterrey. And they are in Galicia. So it's really cool to see that played out. I reveled at this dynasty tree. I called it really cool because I think it's a huge upgrade from what Crusader Kings II had. And then finally, after that, I'm at the last video at this point. So bear with me, we're almost done, 14 minutes in, and I'm almost done summarizing 40 years, despite the fact that I've not done any years, and there's a reason I have not unpaused the game yet. So I was curious at this point, and I wanted to go back and check out how the de Normandies have been doing. And I'll be completely honest with you, the de Normandies are not doing very well right now. They have 10 living members. Their dynasty head is right here, Guerac de Normandy. He's a Catholic Breton. Hold on. First off, and he is in Alpsee, which I'm not entirely sure exactly where that is, but it's fine. He's the guest of Count Bernhard in the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, and I was checking out here. He does not have much left in his family. He has a couple of gentlemen over here, that's where the dynasty head is going to jump to. And I saw this right here, and I'm like, I could try to bring about the end of the Normandy. Because they were our main rivals at the start of the game. So I can't assassinate any of these people. Obviously, the biggest threat to continuing the line of House Normandy is Bernat Azzi here. And I can't assassinate any of these people yet. So I thought maybe I would try to marry into them and pretty much convert them to Rennes. So that was my plan with that. Now, it was around this time that my mother, my grandmother, because Non had two sons while we were playing her. One of them ended up being slain in battle during the Crusade, and his son was my rightful heir, and that's who I became when she died. But it was around, just right at the end of the last video, where Queen Non finally died. Our nation split with High Partition, which I believe I changed at some point in those 40 years. So half of my realm went to myself, Petty King Eoclin, and the other half went to my uncle, Count Daniel. And this really angered me. It made me really sad, because the new Conan was actually a really good, decent, acceptable character. And he is dead, unfortunately. So, we died. Queen Non died of old age. She was 73 years old. She had a great run at it. And I'm looking at my recording software, and I am still recording, and I'm recording Crusader Kings. And she died. She died and now left us with a pickle, because we have 5,400 troops, and our uncle has 5,600 troops. So what I did at the very end of the last episode, I married our sister I betrothed her to one of Duke Griffold's children. He has 5,800 men. And I also have my sister and heir. She is married to Aldrich here, who I don't believe I married. Yeah, I didn't marry her for an alliance. I married her to him for the intelligent trait, just in case. Because we do still have our renown. We are gaining renown quite well right now, thanks to having 3 kings. And we do have our second level of our blood legacy, which increases our chance of reinforcing congenital traits, which means that our congenital traits have a chance of becoming better if you marry them to similar congenital traits. And that's where we left off. Of course, the first thing our uncle did immediately was set up a Liberty faction, and that is what we'll be dealing with probably at the start of this episode, and that's why I have not unpaused. So, Count Daniel here is a decent character. I wouldn't have minded playing as him, but he is not a happy camper. Not in the least. And of course, I can't revoke any of his titles, because even though I'm pretty sure I have claims on them, they don't care. No, I don't have claims on them. Okay. So, I'm working on claims. it's late at night, which is why I am now worn out. But I want to get this episode done so I can, I don't know, cry myself to sleep tonight, because that was an awesome set of episodes to miss out, and I'm so mad. And it's all Amnesia's fault. Let's unpause the game and actually do something this episode. So I am not betrothed to anyone. And what I want... I'm looking for congenital traits, right? But I want younger than 30 characters with decent congenital traits. So, how do we want to do this? Sort by age? And then let's just scroll through. How old are you? I believe you're 13? Yeah, 13. So we're looking for... You're not bad. Compassionate, generous, patient. 12 stewardship. But I'd be mostly marrying her for the genius trait. And then after this it jumps up to 21, 22. Okay, yeah, we're gonna marry Hema here. And that'll be that. Oh, right, yeah, I would get an alliance with them. That makes sense. That's fine. So I can lawfully imprison my cousin because she's a fornicator. I don't remember that, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me. And I'm in line to inherit a bunch of titles, of course. And my bishop doesn't like me. Again, Nun just died. She died of old age in January of 5 days ago, or 1 year ago? I didn't think I was playing. Yeah, I guess I could have been playing for a year at the end of that episode. Okay. So not quite immediately dying, but close. So we have a fair amount of income. We have an army. It is an army. But unfortunately, because of the way things happened, we upgraded all of these provinces, which is part of the reason why Count Daniel has so many troops at his disposal. I was caught stealing from Count Doncan's travel chest while he was visiting the castle. Threatening punishment, Doncan demanded an explanation. I have no more right to it than any other one, to anything than others do. I don't mind getting humble, yeah. These other traits can go away, but humble I can deal with. I'm also bossy. Alright, so long-term plans is more or less become king of Brittany. Oh, also I gained independence from King Gottfried at some point. So now I'm in independent Normandy, surrounded by angry people, and the Holy Roman Empire. Which, the Holy Roman Empire is quite big. The Byzantine Empire is also quite big. Here's the rest of the map, in case you were wondering what other things have changed. There's still a sea serpent down here in the Indian Ocean. We should probably watch out for that. And this giant crustacean here in the Mediterranean. That's probably not good. And I believe this is a mermaid. Alright. And yeah, our faction is discontent and dangerous. And it's probably going to turn on us at any moment. Any moment. Yeah, I'll take that claim. I have enough money to hire mercenaries. It's time for you to recognize the ancient and inalienable rights of your vassals. No. I will not do that. Let's go ahead and raise up our troops, because there's going to be a fight. And I'm also going to hire largest army of mercenaries that I can. The Swabian band? Looks like it. Yep, we'll do that. I don't think this war is going to last for 3 years, so. Of course, war has been declared. And we can call you to war, because that's why we have an alliance with you. We can also call Count Attila to war. We can also call house members. Now, calling in either house members or dynasty members, well, calling in house members costs us... No, it doesn't cost us? I was pretty sure it cost us renown. Maybe because it's defensive, it doesn't? Well, let's call in King Lahan. And King Hail Horian. I'm not too worried about any of the rest of these, they're just counts. And I guess we'll call in the King of Andalusia as well. Since I am the house head, I can basically call house and dynasty members to arms as if they were vassals, or not vassals, but allies. The exception to this is I think if it's aggressive wars, it costs us prestige and renown. No. It costs us renown, it just didn't tell us that. Okay. And I assume the same thing is... That's an ally. Well, no, that one didn't cost us renown. You know what? It's possible that I just don't know how this game works sometimes. All that I should worry about... is that... I'm ready for a fight. And I'm going to go show my uncle who's boss. And there's nothing they can do to stop me. Nothing they can do to stop me whatsoever. Debreu is in such pain. It's such a pain. Whenever she gets a chance, she does her best to convince the other children I'm a horrid person. My cousin and bully. Cool. Okay. So I gained a little bit of stress. Or a little bit of stress, I should say. That's fine. And we are going to go into debt. Of course, we don't have the financial base that I had in the last 7 episodes that are not recorded. It's fine. It's alright. Let's go and show this guy who's boss. Take my frustration out on him. But that will be for... Yeah, that'll be for next time. Let's go ahead and pop out to the main menu. It's going to look very different than it did before. And, I apologize. It was my bad. I screwed up. It would only make sense that the one time that I don't pay attention to my recording software is the one time something has gone wrong. Because usually I have it on my second monitor and I can monitor what's going on it while I play the game, but I did not do that time, and that was my mistake. So until next time, happy gaming.